I mean, oh boy, I wanted to say very little over text last night.
I felt the same way.
I mean, I sent you the GIF of the "This man's not dead" of Last Action Hero because that's the way I felt. Would have felt dead had I lost. I know we're going to go through this every week, but 2-2 leveled the playing field on Monday night, the Monday Night River.
Yeah, so you end up winning 138.50 to 137.50.
I won by 1 point.
You
Exactly
won
1
by
point.
exactly 1 point. I'd say, a pretty hefty favorite going into Monday Night Football.
That's fair to say.
And a little bit what's crazy about it is A-Chain had a run where he was like half a yard from getting in the end zone. And then the combo of A-Chain not getting in the end zone and then Laporta, that play plus the St. Brown touchdown gives you a 1 point victory to now tie the head to head 2-2. You're within 10 points of the total points. I think this is as tied as it's ever been 4 weeks in. It is dead even, and you are undefeated since dropping Christian McCaffrey. You are 0-2 with Christian McCaffrey on your team and 2-0 without him.
Week 18. Week 18.
Week
Week
18.
18.
We
Whispers,
are.
the whispers. Let's not get too
We can't
excited.
get too ahead of ourselves, but yes, this is
Hey, if any season is going to be it, our first time into Week 18. This one's starting to smell a little bit like Week 18, where at least the whiffs of Week 18 are starting to waft. The whiffs are wafting through the hallways at Big Sloppy and Midland City, I'm sure. You had some thoughts, and I wanted to get your takes on this. You had some thoughts about my night moves.
I
'Cause
mainly
I got picked up Minnesota's defense,
yes,
and I dropped the Niners defense.
but you didn't need to drop anybody. You had an open roster spot. And then I'm like, is that just you trying to get rid of the bad mojo of the 49ers where you're like, I don't want them anywhere near my team, almost an extension of dropping McCaffrey. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about.
So you know me very well. The Niners, you're spot on with that. The Niners needed to go. I need the 49ers out.
Yeah.
You could sit me down right now and play a game of Tecmo Super Bowl for $1,000, and I wouldn't use the Montana Rice Niners and Ronnie Lott on defense in that game. Wouldn't use them. Right now.
When we had that conversation, I really was intending to do something.
You were.
And you were like, there's no way you're going to make a move. And I didn't. You were right. Now, this week might be a different story, Murph.
This week is a very different story, Tom.
And I took a quick look. I hadn't noticed this. Have you looked at your team this week?
Oh, brother.
This is a problem, Murph.
This is a serious. Here's where this problem goes. That I have no problem flapping my gums.
Yeah.
Is that the double barrels of the waivers are about to. The night moves are about to fly.
Well, you only have 3 left.
Oh, I know, and this is so. This is my push now, and God help us if this ends up ruining our Week 18 date with destiny.
Yeah.
This season, and I don't think it will.
So you're going to double barrel this week.
Well, I can't field a roster. I can't field a roster without making a waiver.
Yes. Yeah, you have to make a waiver move.
Yes.
You're either burning a minimum of 1 waiver, but that a minimum of 1 waiver would include you playing Mark Andrews.
That's right.
And would also include Taylor and Mixon both being healthy.
That's right.
So there's a world where you use all 3.
Yeah. No, I mean, that world is here, and that here is now.
I think I got to make a move too. This might be our heaviest waiver week we've ever had.
This could be the Wild West. This could be the saloon doors swinging open, and we're both just out in the dust bowl there, just firing shots. I mean, listen, if I were you, I would not have made a move last week either.
Yeah.
I mean, the injuries this year just across the board.
Unbelievable
really,
injuries.
Like,
brutal.
These are all
Mark
top.
Andrews is out for the season.
Now, Mark Andrews is goosing for the season. How does this man play?
I mean, they're just not using him as
They're
a receiver
targeted him
anymore.
twice in 2 weeks.
No, he's like legit. It's a pretty wild fall. Like he is in a year. I'm not completing sentences. I'm just Nicholas Fain over here.
Well,
but
because it's so baffling.
In a year that is a historically bad tight end year where you can't find anybody, Mark Andrews, you could make a legit argument he's droppable in a 12-team league.
Yes. Yes. Also, what are the real alternatives? Now, it's just a hideous Dalton Schultz, Cade Otton. No, this is making me ill, Tom. This is not pleasant to look at.
Colby Parkinson.
Oh my word. This is like some sort of niche porn that I can't stop watching, even though it's not going to get me there ever. But I'm going to have to fire some bullets, Tom. I don't know how many you're willing to fire. I can't imagine you spending 2 waivers in 1 week, but who knows?
I'm thinking about it.
Who can say?
I think I'm doing at least one.
Maybe you'll have a little sip of wine after dinner. Maybe you'll start feeling a little frisky, and next thing we know, there's 2 waivers.
I had a glass and a half of wine on my birthday. A glass and a half of wine makes me capital D drunk.
Yeah.
That's
loose.
all I need to be. Not loose, like having trouble getting sentences out. I have such a low tolerance to alcohol, it's unreal.
Yeah, mine has plummeted as well.
But yours, that plummeted Murph tolerance, I have to imagine, is still 10 times what mine is. It just has to be.
It's true. No, that is true. I think I can still take back. Yeah. I mean, wine creeps up on me a little bit, but yeah, I can still drink a 6-pack and
Never in my life have I had a 6-pack. For me, a 6-pack of PBR, I would be as compromised as if I did psychedelic mushrooms. I would just be like, oh, you just got to put him in a dark room. He can't do anything.
This guy just needs the ego death to happen. He's crossing over to another plane.
Exactly.
So, I mean, clue me in. Give me. So, what do you think? You're always milking out of me. You're milking me like Tom Brady will be doing on his alpaca farm.
You want to know what you want to know about my night moves?
No, I demand.
You want a cryptic message or you want the truth?
Give me first of all, you owe me a cryptic message.
Hold on.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good cryptic.
Like the stars that fill the midnight sky, her memory fills my mind. Where did I go wrong? Did I wait too long? Or can I make it right?
Oh my. With the swell of the train as well coming into that. That was beautiful. I'm going to stew on that. That to me also says you are 100% making a move. I mean,
I'm 100% making a move and I know what it is.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. Man, I can't get out. Here's the thing. I can't get outworked with week 18 on the line. I need to make, if I'm going to unload my chamber here, these need to be the strongest 3 waiver moves I've ever executed.
Well, it's getting a little hairy for you.
It's very hairy.
Emptying the clip. But if remember I got your 6 waivers. So if you get into trouble, you just come to Waiver Daddy.
I mean, what can I offer Waiver Daddy at this stage?
Waiver Daddy's interested in a couple of your pieces. So,
well, but here's the thing: pieces can't. Barkley will go nowhere. You know that. I'll die.
No,
I will lose.
No. I'm not looking out for Barkley. You keep your Barkley.
Hands off, Mark Andrews. I mean, just hands
I'm
off.
not. No,
the golden goose is going to lay one of those goose eggs.
Wait, so you're going full? You're emptying the clip?
I'm going. I have to go.
You're going all 3.
I must, Tom. I must.
Wow.
Well, I'll at least do 2. I'll guarantee you that. I will at least do 2, mainly because I kind of have to. I kind of have to do 2.
I'm doing minimum 2. I mean, sorry. I'm doing minimum. No. It was a typo. It was a verbal typo.
My eyeballs
No. I'm doing.
Busted through.
I'm absolutely doing 1, minimum 1, maximum 2.
You'll see how that
Midland
first one
City.
feels.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, lest we forget too before we go, the update on McCaffrey you sent to me.
Yes.
There was some language in here that just was kind of hilarious to me.
The updates are getting closer and closer to our jokes about what the updates will be.
Yes. Christian McCaffrey injury update. 49ers Achilles tendonitis in both legs. McCaffrey went to Germany to get a treatment done.
Who said McCaffrey was expected back at least by early November just yesterday. While that still may be possible, the nature of McCaffrey's injury sounds rather serious.
But Well,
Murph,
it's
it's
still
McCaffrey on the roof
possible,
all season.
brother.
He
It's
is
McCaffrey on
not.
the roof
He's
with
not playing.
bilateral Achilles tendonitis. I mean, that's just like you couldn't have. We joked on. I mean, as we know, on draft day, when I was saying don't want this guy. If you would have pressed me to say why, I mean, how could I bilateral Achilles tendonitis? No, I mean, I would have like I would have just said I don't know his ball bag tears. Like I would have said that before. Like if I was pressed to just pick an injury that was likely to happen, I don't know what the hell bilateral Achilles tendonitis. Just both legs.
When you say ball bag, are you referring to his scrotum?
His scrotum, yes,
Got it.
scrotal tear, yes. I mean, this is hilarious. This will be his career, I believe. Now,
Our joke in our week 1 recap that he would retire and then be a color commentator the next week. I mean, it's in play. It is in play that Christian
absolutely in play.
McCaffrey is doing color commentary or sideline interviews before the season ends.
I think it's true. And what else does he have to prove? I mean, Jesus, both his legs are falling off. Oh boy. Well, Tom, I feel like there's a lot. There feels like there's more on the line this week than there was last week, if you can believe that. For Big Sloppy, I will say.
Yeah.
This feels like a big week that moves have to be made.
Well, Murph, big week of night moves. Sounds like it might be an historic night move week. And then
I could see this being a crazy, sloppy night moves. Like I'll see you in the Uber, backseat of the Uber. We're just puking on each other at 4 a.m. and we've just had ourselves a night of moves.
And then one of us at the end of it will be rewarded with 1,000 bags of Uber Eats.
Oh, wait! Did you open up this week? Did you get there was like rain? Did you see what that was?
Yep, I got a rainstorm
with Hurricane Helene on the doing what it's doing. That's in
very
poor taste,
poor
Uber.
Very poor taste.
I thought that was
and still said cheer up with a bag of Uber Eats.
Still, I mean, was that rain? If that rain was actually a reference to basically like, hey, your house may have been swept away.
Yeah.
This past weekend, but you know what? You got to be hungry.
There is no moral compass to this.
Absolutely.
This app.
No, it's sell for Uber Eats. All right. Well, Tom, as always, I'm going to say it one last time to get it out of my system. Week 18.
Fingers crossed for it. But in the meantime, big congrats on 2 straight wins to tie this thing up.
Thanks, brother.
Our first post-app addendum.
I mean, it is, and it's necessary.
It's necessary. Like it must be discussed.
We both, I think we both grasped the gravity of last evening's night moves.
We've never had a morning night moves like this.
No, not that. We have not had that much movement in the night in the history of this league.
This was 3 Woj breaking news.
Yes. Yes. Well, no, Woj is busting in.
Coming out of retirement to break these.
Yes. Yeah. Shefty's texts are blowing up. Everybody's losing it. I mean, also, arguably at one of the more critical junctures in the history of the. I don't know if you got that ridiculous monologue.
I listened to every second of it.
After the kiddo's in bed, I was like, let me just take a minute to be like, what would Midland City do? WWMCD is what I asked myself. And I was like, he's definitely going after. I thought Nico Case for all the wrong reasons. The clues, the cryptic clues you left me.
Well, yes. So I gave you a cryptic clue, but I withheld a very key line to not give the whole game away. So allow me to finish and complete it.
Yes, please.
Where did I go wrong? Did I wait too long? Or can I make it right? The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight.
Yes. Oh man, that is poetry right there. So let's get back. Let's start at the beginning, but by the beginning I mean the middle. So we recorded an episode yesterday for week 4. In the moment, I'm breezing through. I'm looking. At this point, a Q next to somebody's name means very little to me.
Mm-hmm. You're so used to the retired symbol next to McCaffrey's name.
Yes,
a Q to you just means, oh great, I'm in great shape.
Yeah. D for McCaffrey does not mean doubtful. It means deceased at this point. I didn't really do the math and realize with my buys how dire it was for me to actually have to field a full lineup. So then I start looking at this and I'm like, oh, wow. I actually have to, if Mixon and Jonathan Taylor both don't play, I mean, even if one of them doesn't play, I was already making one night move, but then I looked at it, I was like, I might actually need to do 3. I didn't end up doing 3. I ended up doing 2.
So I waiver Nico Collins and drop Garrett Wilson. And then you take Kamara and
Yes.
Malik Neighbors.
That's right. You also were flirting with 2 moves too. You were dangling that out there, which I would never. You're not known as Tommy 2 moves in these parts, but these are kind of dramatic times right now with all the injuries on both sides here. We're tied at 2-2. You're up 10. This is kind of a crossroads.
Neighbors I was not going to take until I found out what was going on with the concussion, partially because I didn't think you would, but it's a lesson I need to learn again and again, that I cannot count you out on doing something.
No, well, also, if your strategic sense is tingling to be like, I don't know about this, then just assume that I will do it. Because I see those same flags, but I tend to just... Also, I really didn't have much of a choice. I didn't know who else at receiver.
Nico and Neighbors are so in a stratosphere by themselves. That said, it is a bit of a risky move. Because what are you going to do if Neighbors, Taylor, and Mixon are all out this week?
Well, then I pick McCaffrey back up, and I pack up the whole gang in the car, and I drive it off the bridge. That's pretty much what I will do. I don't want to go there, Tom. Let's not go there. Let's not get.
No,
there.
you're right. You're right.
Oh God. Well, Tom, this was a historic night.
Absolutely historic. 3 blockbuster moves.
Big
and now you pick up
blockbusters.
Kamara is the literal number 1 player in fantasy.
That kind of volume. Not many guys getting that volume anymore.
I have made and canceled a waiver claim for Alvin Kamara like 7 times.
Yeah. I told myself I was going to wait. And I said, give it 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I thought you were going to take him this week.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking he was probably going to be the other person and if I did 2 moves. I feel like you played it perfect. I agree with all 3 of these moves.
Week 18, whoosh.
Week 18. Whoosh,
We just need to we need to start just subliminally putting
the whoosh will just be
underneath the
18.
whoosh.